Hey, what is up guys? My name is Nort, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the three vehicles which we recently just got in today's update. If you guys are unfamiliar with these vehicles, it is the ocelot Lynx, as well as the drift Tamper, and also the western Cliffhanger. So if you guys have been hanging around the community today, you would have heard a lot of responses regarding these vehicles, and a lot of them are negative, and I'm going to be explaining exactly why a lot of people have been shining these vehicles in a negative light, and I just want to quickly tell you guys that it might be worth just skipping out on these vehicles for now and not buying them yet, just because these vehicles really are not what they look like. So to start things off, today we got three brand new vehicles. We got two sports cars and we got one motorcycle. And if you guys saw my speed test a few hours ago, you would understand that the Tamper is the slowest of the three, the Lynx is in the middle, and the Cliffhanger motorcycle is the fastest of the three. However, Bruffy1322 took this to the next level and he compared every single vehicle to each vehicle inside its own class and got some shocking statistics. So the first vehicle we're going to take a look at is the drift Tamper, and this vehicle really isn't what it looks like. It's nothing what it sounds like. It can barely drift at all, and everyone is so confused about why this vehicle is stuck in the sports class. It's not a sports car, but Rockstar Games have branded it a sports car, and for this very reason, it's right at the bottom at 24th. 24th place out of every single sports car in the game. There's 23 sports cars better than the drift Tamper, and if you guys are racing with the drift Tamper, you have to be some sort of expert racer, or you have to hope every single person around you absolutely sucks, because you are not going to get anywhere near the finish line if you are using the drift Tamper. And even if you do finish a race, the likelihood of you being in first place is going to be extremely unlikely, because it has been placed in a sports category. It should not be placed in a sports category. It doesn't deserve a slot there. It is quite clearly a muscle car, and if this was in the muscle car category, Bruffy1322 did mention that this would fit in perfectly. It would be near the top, it wouldn't be the best one, but it would be a challenge to the best muscle cars. So having this in the sports category is a terrible idea on Rockstar Games' behalf, and I've seen a lot of you guys on Twitter complain about this, and I think the entire community have been screaming at Rockstar Games today regarding the drift Tamper, asking them to move it into the muscle category. If this vehicle was a muscle car, then it would put up a great fight, and I might say to you guys, yes, go out, grab this vehicle, you probably won't regret it. But the fact it's stuck in the sports category means you're going to be fighting against 23 other cars, the majority of them, which are going to be better than your drift Tamper, and your Tamper is worth more money than most of the cars you're racing. So it doesn't make sense at all, and it doesn't even have that many customizations. It does look like a nice car to customize, but it doesn't have too many customization options. So in my opinion, do not get the drift Tamper. You will probably regret it, but it is a unique car. I can totally understand why you guys would want to get this vehicle on appearance. If you are attracted to the vehicle, or if you really want to buy it, go ahead and get it. It's still a nice car to go around with, but it's just absolutely terrible in races, and in my opinion, I think it's a huge ripoff. Okay, so moving into the ocelot Lynx, this vehicle is even worse. At $1.7 million, just over that, this vehicle isn't even any better than the drift Tamper. In fact, it's only slightly better, coming in at 24th place in the sports category. And this was completely unexpected. I was not expecting this. When I was driving this car around, I thought this car was great. I really enjoyed the handling. It felt heavy, it felt stuck to the ground, and I felt like I had control over this vehicle. But when Bruffy put this to the test, this vehicle did not perform as well as it should have done. In fact, when it was put against the other sports cars in its category, like I said, it came in 20th place. There's 19 other vehicles above it, and this is one of the most expensive cars in its own category. And personally, I think it looks pretty ugly as well. To be honest, if I had to voice my own opinion onto this vehicle, I think this is the biggest waste of money ever added into GTA Online. If you guys purchase this vehicle, feel free to do so, but know you are purchasing this vehicle based on appearance and not on performance. If you guys like what it looks like, I cannot help that. Of course, some of you guys might be able to get along some good customization designs for this vehicle, and I would love to see them at a car showdown. But if you guys want to buy this vehicle to race with, you're most likely not going to come in first place, and if you do so, like I said, it's either going to be a fluke or you guys are just insane at driving, because there are plenty other vehicles above this one, and I believe the one in first place is over 5 seconds faster than this vehicle, which is a lot of time in a race. So just to let you guys know, do not get this vehicle if you want it based on performance. It is just not a nice way to spend your money, considering it is almost worth $2 million, which is 30 to 40 US dollars in-game cash just to buy this vehicle. I believe if you were to get this on a shark card, it would be around $30, but you would have to buy a shark card big enough to consume this vehicle. So it's just absolutely insane. I have no idea why Rockstar Games introduced this vehicle in the game, because it is not the best sports car. It is far, far behind. If it were at the top, I would be like, okay, that's pretty good. It's a high price. I would expect it to be at the top with one of the best sports cars, but it's nowhere near it, which is just absolutely insane, and I was not expecting that. And the fact that it comes just below the Drift Tamper, and this vehicle is worth almost twice the price as the Drift Tamper, shows something. It just shows how bad this vehicle is. So once again, if you guys want to get this vehicle based on appearance, feel free to do so. Just know that is the only reason, or the only positive reason, why you would get this vehicle, because every single attribute on it just really isn't consistent enough to place this as a good vehicle in its category. Once again, I have no idea why Rockstar Games introduced this vehicle in this update for the price it is. Maybe they just knew we were going to buy it or something. I really don't know, but it is just really confusing about why Rockstar Games introduced a vehicle this expensive with such low performances. Anyway, let's go straight on to the cliffhanger. So this is more of a positive note. If you guys were to purchase one vehicle in this update and not regret it, it would be the cliffhanger. It comes in at a very modest price. It's slightly expensive for a motorcycle category, but it's not too much out of the way. If you were to buy this vehicle, you would not regret it. It's 5th place in the motorcycle category, but it does tie in pretty much a 1/10 of a second away from the Carbon RS and the Gargoyle. So this motorcycle would put up a very good fight if you were in a motorcycle race, and of course it depends on how you use your bike as well. Yes, this motorcycle, the Cliffhanger, will do a 5th place performance, but if you guys are on a race where you can glide a lot, then the motorcycle of course can change places, and you can easily get a 1st place slot with the brand new Cliffhanger. It feels very heavy to the ground, very close to the ground as well. It feels like I have a nice amount of control over this vehicle. To be honest, if I had to compare it to another one, I would probably say the Gargoyle. It's a very low down vehicle. It allows you to just feel the ground, and the traction and handling of the Cliffhanger is just absolutely perfect. That is just my opinion. I'm not an expert on this issue. All I know is that if you guys were to purchase the Cliffhanger, then you are not going to regret that vehicle purchase. So if you were to get one vehicle out of this update, go for the Cliffhanger. The only 2 vehicles I do not want you guys to waste your money on is the Ocelot Lynx, as well as the brand new Drift Tamper. So to conclude, just buyers beware, guys. If you want to make sure you're careful with your money, if you want to make sure you are not getting ripped off, do not get the Lynx, do not get the Drift Tamper. And to be honest, there was loads of hype regarding these 2 vehicles. They looked absolutely insane. All of the videos regarding these vehicles as well showcased them in a great manner, respecting these vehicles, and when they came out, they did not perform to expectations, which was really disappointing. But hey, it does happen. In the past, we've seen 1 or 2 vehicles like this, but like I said, I've never seen an update so concentrated on vehicles so expensive, yet their performances are so low. So if you guys have any thoughts or opinions about this update, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments section below. I'm more than interested in hearing what you guys think about this DLC and what you guys have experienced with it, whether you purchased these vehicles or not, or whether you guys even like these vehicles. Who knows? I know some people out there do like them. I can totally understand why, especially the Drift Tamper. If you guys like that car, it's a very likable vehicle, but it just doesn't stand up to the name. It doesn't drift. It's a terrible vehicle in the sports category, and I really hope Rockstar Games introduce it into the muscle category. If the Drift Tamper was introduced in the muscle category where it should be, then it would be a car I would recommend everyone getting. Yes, it's expensive, but at least it would be good, because in races, it would be up there at the top with the muscle cars. So Rockstar Games, if you are hearing this, please change the Drift Tamper into the muscle car category. It should not be in the sports car category. And I think the majority of you guys can agree with me on this one as well. It just doesn't work in the sports category. It doesn't look like a sports car. It doesn't perform like a sports car. It is a muscle car. It is definitely a muscle car, and it comes in just underneath first place in the muscle vehicles as well, so it would fit perfectly. Anyway guys, unfortunately that is all I got time for today, but if you did enjoy this video, please don't leave without smashing that like button, as it would be very much appreciated. And of course, click the subscribe button as well if you guys are new here, so you won't miss out on any more Grand Theft Auto 5 content every single day. And if you guys would like to go and check out Bruffy1322, he did an amazing comparison on this. Go and check out his YouTube video. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. But guys, aside from that, have an amazing day, and I'll see you all next time.